because it's very drapey, very drapey. It's my first collaboration. Ooh. I've made so many amazing sewing friends. It's so good that I finally have someone to talk about my sewing projects with, and people who understand and they get it and they know the frustrations, they know the amazing things, rather than trying to talk to my husband about it, who has zero interest at all. Thank you for being my friends in the sewing world. So one of my new sewing friends is an amazing, wonderfully kind, lovely lady called Sam, who is from Sequin Girly Creates, and she has a YouTube channel and she's been extremely supportive. She's been amazing since day one, since I started doing my sewing vlogs. Sam and Christine from Gemini Stitches, they did a funny vlogger box post about one of my videos, which is really good fun. She shouted me out as well on her channel before, and it was a real big help in sort of getting me out there so that people can find my channel and come and view my videos. She came to me and said, do you want to do a sewing project collaboration? And I was yes, massively intrigued. Not sure what that involved, because that sounds crazy. We don't live close to each other, but she explained it to me. She said she's done them before with other people for her channel and that it's really cool. And I said, yes, let's do it. It will be fun. So this is the pattern. It is the Springe Jumpsuit by Sew Love pattern. So let's see how we got on, and we had a little video call and had a little chat about what we were going to do with our project. Yay!
So, hello, Chrissie.
Hi!
For everybody watching, Chrissie and I have never spoken before. We've Instagrammed, but that's it, isn't it? So this collab is like, you can all watch Chrissie and I getting to know each other at the same time.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. So I found you because somebody messaged me on my YouTube and said, you need to watch Chrissie. You are very similar.
No way! Oh, that is the wonders of the internet. That's why I love it.
And I thought that was such a nice thing. And they were right. You and I think, are both quite like organic in what we do. And we sort of go with the idea, and we're happy to sort of break rules and things, aren't we?
Well, that's it. Like, I find it quite hard to stick to anything of like how it's supposed to be, especially with sewing patterns. Like, I will skip over stuff. I'll go, no, I don't want to do it that way. I'll do it this way instead and stuff. So yeah.
It's a pattern that I've had in my stash for a while, and I kept meaning to do it. And then when you and I were like, let's collab, I thought this is a great one for us because we both have a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I think I'm only 5'2". How tall are you?
I'm 5'8", so that'll be interesting.
That'll be really interesting. So that we can
oh my god, I didn't realise you were that short.
Someone says that when I went to
you don't look short on camera. It's so funny, isn't it?
Someone said to me when I met them in person at the Sewing for Pleasure Festival, they went, I didn't know you was that short. You look so tall.
I'm guessing that must mean that Christine's quite short as well, is she?
Just a smidge under me. Yeah, we both have short girl problems. So,
so do you do petite sizes, or are you kind of on that cusp where it kind of doesn't really go into that?
So when I used to buy like ready to wear clothes, I would buy petite when they made them, and then they stopped making them, didn't they? I remember when like Principles and stuff had petite. M&S is about the only place where you can still buy like a short leg in a trouser.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when I was buying trousers, the only place I buy them is M&S, not because I couldn't take them up, but it's the whole proportion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not, so when I sew patterns, I always have in my head that it's drafted for a taller person.
Yeah. Or isn't it generally like 5'5" they average out for most?
Well, a lot of the ones, because I've been doing a few pattern testings, are 5'6". So that's the whole 4 inches I have to lose, and you can't just always move it off the bottom.
No.
So I sometimes find I've got to resize a pocket as well, because otherwise I look like I'm wearing someone else's
You
trousers.
get giant pockets on it. Oh my God,
So-
I've never had to think of stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
really bad. I'm always the opposite of,
Yeah.
well, I've got a short torso and long legs. So mine is
Right.
always leg length that's my issue. And then
Yeah.
I have to shorten the shoulders. Like I
I
find
have to
reason-
shallow the shoulders, and
Yeah.
that there is really short on me here.
Yeah, that's it.
The amount
Always.
of things that are too low there.
I am very nervous about the trouser element of the. I've never ever made a jumpsuit. I've made a romper, which
Yeah,
is
your romper's
massively.
gorgeous. Yeah.
I love that pattern. It's
Yeah.
so good, but it's very simple. There's no shaping to it.
Yeah.
It's just massive, so you don't have to worry about any of like your like the seat adjustments or ease
Yeah.
or anything in that area. And that's what I'm a little bit nervous of.
It is quite fitted, isn't it? Like, I'm
Yes.
worried that that V at the front is going to be too low on me.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's either going to be taking a leaf out of So Let's Sparkle with Sam's book. She makes like a matching tank in the same fabric to go underneath.
Oh, nice. So you don't have any booby
Yeah,
problems.
you're about to
Yeah.
make a bloody wrap dress though, aren't you?
I am. So yeah, this is the
Oh.
old one that I made about 2 years ago, which I look at now and I look at how horrific the sewing is. And I'm like, I mean, I'm proud of myself for what I managed to
Yeah.
do 2 years ago with like minimal sewing
That's
experience.
a hard pattern.
But do you know when you look at it and you're like, oh, that's awful, that's bad, that's not good. But I'm doing it again and I'm actually making it for someone who is short because I'm not making it for
Yeah.
me. This is my first time of ever making something for somebody else.
Yeah.
And so this has been a bit tricky. And she is quite short and
Yeah.
she's had to have she's got a tiny little
I see,
torso.
yeah.
And so I've had to do, some like new adjustments to me.
I was
So-
going to say that bodice is quite tricky because I was finding it was pulling forward on the LED, and so I was having to I tried 2 versions, but someone gave me a brilliant tip. When you do where the rack belt is, do a buttonhole stitch.
Oh yeah,
Because the pattern has you basically basting the seam and then leaving the seam.
yeah, it's not good.
And the person said to me, don't do that, stitch it all up and then decide where you want the tie belt hole to be and do a buttonhole stitch.
Oh, and that would be so much tidier because it's really, it can be a bit messy looking.
Yeah, and
if
also
it's not lined up,
and with anybody's waist, you can then choose the right position, and you can just do it in a thread that either matches or contrasts. But
that is a very good shout.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That would be perfect.
I've held off looking at the instruction book too.
Me too. I'm so glad because I was like, oh my God, I feel like I've literally not prepared anything yet. So we could do that together.
Yeah. So
yes,
I will definitely not be making the play suit version. I can tell you now.
Oh yes. So we've got so you've got version 1 full length trousers, version 2 cropped trousers, version 3 play suit. Nice.
So I probably should make the crop trousers because they'll be full length on me probably. I've seen people make it with a skirt instead of the trousers.
Oh, see, that would be nice.
And I think there's either an extension or you could just do it. So
I'd imagine once you've done the top bodice part, probably pretty. You could chuck any sort of.
Because it's got those angular pockets, hasn't it? But you didn't have to have them. You could just do inseam pockets if it was a skirt.
Yeah.
So I'm having a look at my measurements then.
Oh God, the dreaded bit for me.
I'll come to terms with it now. So, right. Well, that's interesting. Looking at the finished bust. The finished bust is big.
Yeah.
Wow. Why is it so big? What wide leg trousers?
Is it supposed to be like quite loose on the boobies then?
I'm just looking at that.
Blah blah blah. Because you think what? So it's saying for the smallest size, the finished garment measurement is showing as 96 centimeters.
See, I'm an inches girl. I'm
Oh, are you?
looking at, there we go.
I go
different-
between whatever works.
So you're right. Look, the bust, if you look at A for the bust, it's 31.5 inches, but the finish is 37. 6-inch difference. Like 6 inches.
A lot of room.
That's weird.
That is a lot of room.
But then look at the waist. Look how little like wiggle room there is in the waist.
2 centimeters. Whoa, well, if we're looking at, we're doing inches. Oh my God, 7. Oh, this is where I struggle with inches. As soon as it's not in a whole number or a half, I'm like, I'm lost.
You're right.
Like
There's only 2 centimeters of wiggle room, which is not a lot for like breathing and sitting down.
That is snug. I mean, I am a UK size 14, 16, depending on where you buy from.
I'm a 12 at the top and a 14 at the bottom most of the time, like waist and that.
Yeah, my bust, well, today with a jumper on, is 107. So based on that,
you'd need to have an F, wouldn't you? Well,
yeah, but then an F, once the finished garment measurements, shows as 120. Look at that.
No, that can't be right, can it?
I don't get it then. That doesn't make much sense.
I am looking it up. I'm looking at pictures of people on Instagram now to see what they look like in it.
Yeah, because I don't think, like when I was having a little look at pictures and stuff yesterday, I couldn't obviously see that it looked like it was really roomy for the bust.
Oh, but it's got gathering, hasn't it? So
you just gather it more if you want it tighter.
No, right. I think before I make this, then I'm gonna have to see if someone's done a YouTube video on that. Then
yeah, that's a good shout.
That is yeah, that is concerning. Okay, so this is gonna be a tricky one to decide, isn't it? I could well be just making a toile of the top here.
I was just about to say, are you doing a mock-up?
I'm going to have to. With that variation,
I think so.
I think it's going to be a rough and dirty one, though.
Yes, that is going to be a leftover bedsheet job for me.
Yeah.
I definitely with the trousers, because I am worried about being able to sit down.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Back. Yes, I think. Oh, is it an opening? What is it? Oh no, it's like a little opening, I think, isn't it?
I've got a 40 to 50 centimeter invisible zip, one small button and a button loop. So it's got a gap and a zip.
Oh,
interesting.
So the zip, this is a good picture here on page 18. Look at page 18.
Yeah.
Look, so you've got the opening at the top with the facing, and then the zip starts out over the opening and then goes all the way down. Right, I'm looking at a picture. I think it's so wide because the sleeve is right down at the bust.
What?
If you look at pictures of people, it shows up better than if you look at the line drawing.
Yeah. Because these are very similar. Like this is the same in terms of like it's just all one piece.
Yeah, and it's like a short version of that. That's why it's so wide at the bust, isn't it?
And you know what? One thing that I'm already thinking, I'm not a fan of showing off the top part of my arms. So I'm wondering whether I might be able to look at elongating those sleeves. And maybe make them this length. I think that would be better for me as well.
Let me look at the pattern piece. Where is it? The sleeve piece. Yeah, you could.
Finger wings
you look
out.
At page 5. Look at page 5. You could definitely extend that sleeve.
I think the sleeve is a definite for me.
Yeah.
And then I would like I'm intrigued to kind of really get that, do you know, like the waist part of it.
Yeah.
I really would like to make sure that that is like a nice fit. Like that I think
that really brings shape to what the rest of it, which is quite loose, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I really, really need that. Otherwise I look like I'm just a tube. I thought to myself straight away, oh, I'm not going to do the jumpsuit. I'm going to go straight to changing it and do the dress version. But I make too many dresses.
Yeah.
Like it's something that I always just think, oh, I'll do a dress. And I don't want to keep doing that. I need to go into other things. And so doing it as the trousers is going to be, it's going to be more of a challenge.
I think we should commit to, sewing it as it is. Right, fabric, it says
Oh, yeah, now.
medium weight woven, such as viscose. That's perfect. I've got a lot of viscose in my
Have you got in your head what you want to do and what you
I
want to
have
use?
got a fabric I'd like to do it in, yeah.
Yes. What
Do
is
you want me to
it?
get it? So it's a viscose. I bought it last summer, so it's like a mint green background, and then I think it's supposed to be like flowers in a field.
It's lovely. Oh, those colours are lovely.
So yeah, this is the one. It's been waiting for the right moment. I think this is the moment.
Yay! I don't know if I'm going to have anything that's suitable, and that's what I'm worried about. I've got some things out, and my first instinct was something slippy,
Mm,
but I'm worried that there then leaves no room for error though with slippy, and that's
yeah.
what might be quite hard. And I'm also concerned that I'm going to need quite a lot because I'm going to need long leg trouser bits,
Yeah, you are, yeah. Because what's
and
the
that's going to be a
recommendation?
lot.
So for full leg length, which you would need,
Yeah,
yeah, you're going to need nearly 3 meters, and you might need a bit more, mightn't you?
probably. Yeah, I usually end up
Well,
needing a.
particularly if you're going to extend the sleeve as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I've had this forever and was like, do I attempt it? So this is a very, very small,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
but
that's slippy. Yeah,
I'm scared of it. So I'm a
yeah,
bit like, probably not the best idea. I should
yeah.
probably save that for something else. Then I was like, staying with the slippy option. I also, oh, this is even worse slippy though. I can't use this. This would be awful. I've got this, which is just a very, I have no idea what it is. When it comes to fabrics, I'm not particularly good at knowing what they are.
You'll
I just,
learn. You'll
I
learn.
know that I've got them and they feel nice. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that'll do.
Every time you shop, you begin to
Yeah.
learn what you're looking at. Then.
So this, which is super, super slippy.
Oh, see, I wouldn't be wanting to do
I
slippy.
know, but
Yeah.
then I thought it would be really, really nice overlaying it with that.
It would be lovely, but I think you should wait till we do the dress hack, and then that would be amazing because you
I
could do like a
know.
slimmer skirt with the
Yeah.
wider skirt over the top.
And then just these two together. So I am a bit thinking, because then I was like, oh, shall I use a cotton? But I don't think it's right because it needs to be drapey.
Look at this from Pound Fabrics.
Oh, wow.
See, that would be lovely to make it in.
Do you know, I don't know if I've ever bought like a viscose without realizing it, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I love buying viscose. Viscose chalet as well. That's the best version. That's so
Ooh.
nice. Right.
Do you know, I think I might have to have a little look around and find something that's going to
Yeah.
be like a lot of the time when doing the projects, like you'll have like your Filofax of or like Rolodex or whatever they call it of fabrics in your head. And then you'll know when you see a pattern, like looking at stuff, oh, that'll go with that. But and for this, I haven't got that yet. Like I've got what obviously we're doing for the pattern,
yeah.
but the fabric idea in my head hasn't come yet. So I
But
need
I've got
to
quite a stash, so I like to shop my stash.
you know, I thought I did, but weirdly, a
No.
lot of it's all the same. Like,
So what I've learned to do is to make sure I've got like the range of fabric types.
yeah,
That's the thing, because like when I got to this winter just gone, I didn't have any sweatshirting in my stash.
no,
And I was like, well, if I've now seen a pattern I like, I've got nothing to sew it with.
yeah,
I try to buy with intention, like I can make that with this or I can make
yeah.
that with this, but it doesn't always work. I mean, look at this. I couldn't not get that jersey. Look at that. Look.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, I've got no idea what I'm going to make with it yet, but I couldn't not get it. Do you know what I mean? Bye.
From that call, there was quite a lot of things then that I realised I wanted to change, wanted to try. Also realising I did not know what I wanted to actually have the final piece come out like. I'm very set on my sewing projects. I won't do something if I don't know exactly what I think it's going to come out like. So either that will start with the fabric choice and then I'll be like, right, love that fabric, I want to turn it into so-and-so. or I'll see a pattern that I really, really love and then immediately be able to associate it with a fabric or colour or pattern, and then it will come together and then I feel satisfied to make the project. With this one, I thought I might have had something in my stash that would be appropriate and would work. Turns out nothing was suitable. So then I had to go into all of the bits in my brain that I store from previous images, from inspiration from places, and I needed something to come to me as a vision so that I knew then where I was going with it. And that happened. I was thinking in my head of things that I've seen that were jumpsuits. What had I seen in things? What have I remembered and viewed that I absolutely loved? And then I remembered how much I was obsessed with Sharon Stone's outfits in the TV series that was on Netflix a couple of years ago called Ratched. And I was obsessed with this TV series. The way that it looked, the colours, sort of the cinematography, the outfits, just everything about it. The story was also really cool. Loved the whole thing about it. The outfits were amazing, and I remembered this particular outfit that Sharon Stone wore, and it was a jumpsuit. Now, obviously not including the fur coat in this, and that's a bit extra, a bit not every day, but the jumpsuit idea, absolutely loved. And then when I looked into it a little bit more, I realised that the sleeves were perfect sleeves for them as well, because there is, with this sewing pattern, there is a sleeve extension, which I have got. I love sleeves. We all know I love, 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 love sleeves. And I think these are gonna work particularly well. And it fits with this whole Sharon Stone jumpsuit inspired look. So I wanted to use a viscose. It specifically says that, obviously in the pattern, that they're the best fabric option. So the jumpsuit works well with medium weight woven fabrics that have a drapey feel, such as viscose, cupro, tencel, crepe, and rayon. Now, I didn't want to go all white. There's been a lot of polka dots around on catwalk shows earlier in the year. Polka dots were a theme. So I decided to run with that, and that I'm going to go for an all polka dot outfit. This is the fabric. Now, of course, I went bargain, as usual. One of my favourite things to do. So this was polka dot printed crepe. This was from Cheap Fabrics, and it worked out on a special offer of £2.99 a metre, and I got 5 metres. I am slightly scared because it's very drapey, very drapey. I don't work a lot with drapey fabrics. Saying that, I am currently halfway through a sewing project that is with a slightly slippery fabric, but it's usually something I avoid, which I shouldn't. I shouldn't avoid it. They are really good fabrics once you get your head around it. I do have a walking foot. I do make sure that I use a smaller needle, so pinned to oblivion so that it does not move, and a lot of basting stitches, etc. along the way. So I think I should be okay. I'm hoping that it's going to come out all right. The project that I'm working on at the moment has been absolutely fine. I'm taking my time, so I think I'll be okay with this. So we are going full. I have gone white. I am taking inspiration from the Ratched jumpsuit, but not full white. I am slightly concerned that it's very, very thin. You know, I think it's going to be cool. Obviously, you need full nude undergarment. This is the plan. Think as normal, I'm going to need to address the shoulders and potentially look at sort of some shortening in the top part of the bodice. I'm going to grade up a size at the waist as per, because of my sausage shape. We are grading up a size at the waist to make sure it fits nice up the top here, but it doesn't end up too small round my sausage zone. When Sam made the suggestion of this, I was a bit like, oh God, maybe I'll just, because there's hacks of this. There's quite a lot on the internet of people turning this into a dress, which looks beautiful. And if the bodice and the sleeves, I fall in love with them, I probably will make a dress version at a later stage. When she first suggested it, I kind of thought I might chicken out and just do the dress version because I thought it's going to be easier, but not going to. I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to do the jumpsuit version. The next video about all of this will be the mock-up. We will probably then do maybe a mock-up video and a chat about any fitting issues and things that we've come across and what we're maybe needing to adjust, and we'll do that as a video chat together. So we'll both be posting videos that are similar but separate in our own styles. We'll see how they come out at the end. Please subscribe. You'll get all the updates then of when I do post. I don't have dates or schedules of when I do posting, I'm afraid. It can be quite sporadic sometimes, and as and when I get to fit it in and do it. So the best way to know that there is a video coming is to subscribe along to the channel and turn on notifications. Plus also, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll likely see I post sort of around the same time with the similar sort of content of what I'm going to be doing in my videos. And it's the best way to keep up to date. Wish me luck. And hopefully I will see you in polka dot jumpsuit amazingness.